Why did they make him stand down? Because somebody, the mayor, is what did it.
Was on TV.
Oh,
and,
she?
Yeah. Do you know she was only three mayors that was on the president's council to federalize the police forces? Were you aware of that?
Yeah. Have you? I'm aware of all of it. I'm a conservative guy.
Yeah.
I vote for the man, but I'm just telling you. There's more division in this country now since he's been in office than ever before.
Yeah.
And the average liberal, so much don't see it.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And you're a firefighter, sir?
Yes. Well, I'm hazmat.
Hazmat?
I let the young guys go running in.
Indeed. Yeah, you got some years in there too. You're doing it a lot.
I'm a retired chemist, and I hooked up with the fire department because they need hazmat.
Oh, wonderful. Man, I'd love to interview you for a little bit. Do you see the 9/11 one I have here? This.
Yeah, but I happen to know more about that.
Tell me.
Okay. When one of these buildings collapsed, and I can't remember now which one it was, it destroyed the front of this building. Okay?
You saw that?
Yeah. There's a picture of it. You can get online.
It was shown not being
Well,
real.
what they do is generally they're showing this side or the back. But this side, which faced one of these buildings, was stripped off.
Okay, but can you answer me this? There were 3 pools of molten metal that burned under all 3 of these buildings for 2.5 months. Can you explain where that came from?
Yeah. Because there was fuel and oxygen.
That
fuel
streams of molten metal?
Just a minute. They had, I'm not too sure about these buildings, but this building I did a study on it. Okay. And what happened is when one of these buildings collapsed, and like I said, it's been years ago, it stripped off the face of this building. Now, what happened was inside this building on several locations they had emergency generators with diesel engines. Well, the engines, of course, they didn't start. But what happened was they caught on fire. And because of the damage to the building, it broke the fire system. As soon as these buildings fell, they knew, this is building 7, they knew building 7 was going to fail.
Why didn't any of the buildings between the collapse in the same manner?
This is facing one of these things. That's right across.
No. This building from the Twin Towers, from where we're standing to the other side of the French Market.
This face was
2 blocks away.
Okay, this face.
And there were a lot of buildings in between.
Okay. If you want to argue about it, then I'll go on my way. But what I'm telling you is they knew this building was going to fall.
They said it was going to implode.
No, it didn't implode. It just collapsed.
No. They're on camera saying it that day. There's 2,600 architects and engineers for 9/11 Truth that say those buildings came down with controlled demolition.
Well, they're wrong.
Well, look at their evidence then, and then dispute it.
Hey.
I'm just asking. I mean, please. If you say you're a chemist, these are engineers. They speak your language.
Okay.
They speak your language.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, as soon as these buildings fell, they knew 7 was going.
How could they know that?
Just a minute. Because they could not fight the fires in it.
But do you know who Barry Jennings is?
No, I don't.
Barry Jennings was head of emergency operations for the World Trade Center complex. He got a call, went into that building.
Yep.
Right before it collapsed, went up to the mayor's emergency bunker, which is right here. The place was empty. Steaming coffee, half-eaten sandwiches. Got a phone call, said, get out. While he was on his way out, the bottom floors blew up and trapped him. Firefighters came along, knocked out a window, rescued him and another man. As he's walking down the street, he's given this account, covered in the dust and the blood. So how did that happen? How did and this happened, earlier in the day. How did the bottom floors blow up? Wiped out the stairwell he was walking down, and he had to go back up, look up Barry Jennings. How do you explain this man?
Just a minute, don't get mad at me.
I'm not. I'm asking, how do you explain him? And then he dies mysteriously on his way to testify. Well, Barry Jennings, look him up. He was the emergency head of the entire World Trade Center complex, and he was rescued from that building when the floors below him blew out.
Okay, fine.
Please look them up. Go to that website. Look them up.
My wife. I'll see you later.